Let me ask you one last question as this cycle closes. Think of something real you've learned, a lesson life taught you the hard way, a piece of hard-won wisdom you actually live by now. When did you last say it out loud to someone who needed it? For most of us, our deepest lessons stay locked inside, unspoken. We learn them, we live them quietly, but we never quite offer them. And something stays unfinished when we do that. Tonight the sky reaches the end of a long arc. The moon is a waning gibbous, August 2nd, 2026, about 83% lit, well into her retreat now, softening steadily back toward the dark. And the sun sits in gate 33, the storyteller, in its final movement. We began this stretch of the cycle by turning inward and reviewing what happened. Tonight comes the last gift of the whole retreat, turning that private reflection into something you can actually give. This is your moon letter for telling what you learned. Let's open it. Look up tonight, and she's a waning gibbous, about 83% lit, clearly past full now, well into her journey back toward the dark. She's spent the last few nights turning inward, receding, quieting. But notice, she is still giving light. Even now, well into her waning, she pours a generous glow down over the earth. She doesn't withhold her light just because she's on the way to dark. She keeps offering it softly the whole way down. And that's the perfect image for tonight because it captures the final movement of a healthy retreat. You pull back, you go quiet, you reflect, and then, even as you're still in the softer, more inward part of the cycle, you begin to give again, to offer what your reflection produced. The moon doesn't wait until she's completely dark and empty before she shares her light, and she doesn't wait until she's full again either. Right here in the waning, she keeps giving what she has. Tonight, she models the storyteller's return. Not a loud broadcast from the peak, but a quiet, generous offering from the reflective part of the cycle, the light of what you've learned, given softly to whoever needs it. The energy tonight is generous reflection, Leo's warmth, having turned inward for the retreat, now turning gently back outward to give. All cycle, Leo has moved through its arc, the blaze of being seen at the full moon, the turn inward to reflect, and now this, the warm heart ready to share what its reflection found. And this is Leo at its most mature and beautiful. Early Leo wants to shine to be admired. But Leo that has been through the whole cycle, seen, then humbled into retreat, then quieted into reflection, comes back around to a different kind of shining. Shining to give, not to be praised. The warmth turns from look at me into here, this might help you. That's the storyteller's warmth, and it's the most generous form Leo takes. So tonight's energy invites you to bring your Leo heart back out of the retreat, not to perform, not to impress, but to offer. To take the quiet wisdom you gathered in the stillness and warm someone else with it. The light you found in the dark was never meant to stay in the dark. In human design, the sun is in gate 33, the gate of retreat, and tonight it's the third line, which completes the gate's whole journey. Gate 33 moves in 3 beats, and we've walked them. First the retreat itself, the pulling back to the quiet. Then the review, the looking back that harvests meaning. And now the third beat, the telling. Because gate 33 is not only the gate of retreat, it is, at its deepest, the gate of the storyteller who is something worth telling precisely because they retreated to understand it first. This is the gate's genius. It insists that real wisdom follows a sequence. You experience something. You withdraw to reflect on it. And then, only then, having actually digested it, you return and tell the story, offer the lesson, pass on what you learned. The third line here, the line of trial and adjustment, adds a specific honesty to it. You tell it as someone who lived it and got it a little wrong and learned anyway, not as a guru dispensing perfect truth, but as a fellow traveler sharing what the road actually taught them. So, gate 33, third line, completes the arc tonight. The retreat was never meant to end in private. It was always heading here, to the moment you take the wisdom you found in the quiet and give it away, which is, in the end, the only thing that makes it wisdom at all. So, let's understand why sharing what you learned actually completes the cycle, why a lesson kept entirely to yourself stays somehow unfinished. The first reason is that an unshared lesson slowly fades. Wisdom you never speak, never offer, never put into words for another person tends to dim over time. It stays vague, half-formed, easy to forget or quietly abandon. Whereas a lesson you've actually told someone becomes fixed, real, part of the record of who you are. Speaking it anchors it. The second reason follows directly. Telling it makes you learn it twice. There's an old truth that you don't fully understand something until you have to explain it to another person. The act of putting your lesson into clear words, simply enough for someone else to receive, forces you to actually understand what you learned, to find its real shape. You think you know it until you try to say it, and in the saying you finally do. So sharing isn't just generosity toward the listener, it's how the lesson finishes forming in you. The third reason is deeper, almost a law. Wisdom is meant to move. Knowledge can sit still in a book, but wisdom is alive, and living things move. A lesson learned and then locked away isn't really functioning as wisdom, it's just a private souvenir. Wisdom becomes wisdom in the passing on, in the moment it leaves you, and helps someone else navigate their own dark. That movement is not a nice bonus, it's the thing itself. And the fourth reason ties the whole arc together. The retreat was the inhale, and the telling is the exhale. You pulled back, you drew the experience in, you reflected, that was the breath in. But a breath isn't complete until it's released. To retreat, reflect, and then never share is to hold the breath forever, and held breath doesn't nourish, it suffocates. The telling is the exhale that completes the whole respiratory cycle of wisdom. Take the experience in, reflect on it in the quiet, and then breathe it back out into the world as something someone else can use. Only then is the cycle truly done. But here's what stops most people from ever telling what they learned, and it needs a direct answer. The quiet belief that your lessons aren't special enough to share. Who am I to teach anyone anything? My story isn't dramatic. What I've learned is obvious. Everyone already knows it. So we stay silent, assuming our hard-won wisdom is too ordinary to matter. Let's take that apart, because it's costing the world a great deal of quiet wisdom. First, you don't need a grand story, just an honest one. The lessons that actually help people are almost never the dramatic, extraordinary ones. They're the plain, human, deeply relatable ones, told truthfully. I learned I had to stop abandoning myself to keep the peace. I learned rest wasn't something I had to earn. I learned the thing I was most ashamed of was the thing everyone else was quietly carrying too. Ordinary and life-changing to hear from someone who lived it. Second, and this is crucial, what's obvious to you can be a lifeline to someone else. The lesson you now find so obvious you're almost embarrassed by it, that's obvious to you only because you already learned it, often at real cost. To the person who hasn't learned it yet, who's still tangled in exactly the confusion you've come through, it isn't obvious at all. It's a revelation. Your obvious is someone else's missing piece. The very fact that it feels basic to you is proof of how far you've integrated it, not proof that it's not worth sharing. Third, people trust the lesson lived, not the lesson preached. You're not trying to be an expert or a guru. In fact, the wisdom that lands isn't the polished, credentialed kind. It's the kind that comes with "I went through this, and here's what it taught me." Lived experience carries an authority that no amount of theory can fake, and you have lived experience nobody else on earth has in quite your particular way. And fourth, the one that makes it undeniable. Someone is exactly one step behind where you now stand. In whatever you've come through this cycle, this year, this life, there is a person right now in the middle of it, one step behind you on the same road, who would be genuinely helped by hearing how you made it through. You're not looking down from a mountaintop. You're just a little further along the same trail, turning around to call back. It's okay, keep going, here's what helped me. That's not arrogance. That's the most natural kindness there is. Your ordinary lessons matter because someone ordinary, someone just like you were, needs exactly them. So, how do you actually tell what you learned tonight? Simply, and without turning it into a performance. 3 quiet moves. First, name the one real thing this cycle taught you. Not everything, one. Look back over these last 2 weeks, from new intentions to full moon to now, and find the single truest lesson in it. Maybe it was one of the letters that landed, that you're allowed to be seen before you're finished, that almost isn't failing, that you don't have to chase what's yours, that you can let yourself be full. Or maybe it was something life itself taught you alongside them. Find the one that's most real, most yours, and put it into a single clear sentence. Second, say it plainly as a lived truth, not a performance. When you offer it, resist the urge to dress it up, to sound wise, to perform depth. The most powerful version is the plainest. Here's something I learned. Just the honest sentence from your actual life with no costume on it. Plain truth lived is more powerful than eloquence every time. And third, offer it to one person who might need it. This is the move that completes the cycle. Think of one person, a friend who's struggling with exactly what you came through, someone a step behind you on the same road, even a stranger, even a comment, even a note, and give them the lesson. Not as advice from above, not as fixing them, just as offering, this helped me, in case it helps you. You don't have to make it a big pronouncement. A single honest sentence to a single person completes the whole arc. Retreat, reflection, and now the giving. And here's the quiet gift hidden in it for you. Sharing the lesson doesn't just help them. It frees you. It closes the circle, finishes the breath, and lets the whole cycle come to rest complete. So you can walk into the next new moon empty-handed and open, ready to begin again. Here is your ritual for telling what you learned. The last ritual of this whole cycle, the one that closes the circle. When the evening settles, step outside and find her. The waning gibbous moon, about 83% lit, well into her retreat, but still pouring a generous glow down over the earth, still giving even as she recedes. Let her remind you that the light you found in the quiet was always meant to be offered. Then gather this cycle's lesson. Look back over the last 2 weeks and find the one truest thing you learned, the single piece of wisdom, plain and real, that you're taking out of this cycle. Hold it. Then say it out loud to the waning moon, in one clear sentence, the way you tell it to someone you love. This is what I learned. Hear yourself say it. Notice how speaking it makes it solid, real, undeniably yours. Next, choose one person who could use that same truth. Someone a step behind you on the road you've just walked, someone you can picture clearly. And then, either tonight or tomorrow, actually offer it to them. Send the message. Say the sentence. Write the note. Not as a lecture, just as a gift. Here's something I learned, in case it helps. And as you offer it, feel the whole cycle come to rest. The retreat complete, the reflection given away, the breath fully exhaled. You took an experience in. You reflected on it in the quiet. And now you give it back to the world as something someone else can use. That's the whole circle closed. And you're left clear, complete, and ready when the next new moon comes to begin again. So let this be the letter you keep from tonight and from this whole cycle. The wisdom you retreated to find isn't finished until you share it. The waning moon keeps pouring out her light even as she recedes toward dark. She never hoards it, never waits to be full or empty before she gives. Your hard-won lessons are the same. They were never meant to stay locked inside. A lesson kept only to yourself slowly fades. A lesson told becomes solid, and you learn it twice in the telling. And don't believe the voice that says your wisdom is too ordinary to matter. What's obvious to you, learned at real cost, is a lifeline to the person one step behind you on the same road. So name the one true thing this cycle taught you. Say it plainly, as something you lived, and offer it to one person who needs it. That's how the retreat completes, how the breath finishes, how the circle closes, and how the light you found in the quiet finally does what light is for. You learned something real. Now give it away and let it be wisdom. Thank you for telling what you learned tonight and for letting this whole cycle come full circle with you. A new letter from the sky arrives every single day, and soon the moon will empty all the way to dark and a new cycle will begin. A fresh new moon, a blank page, a place to start again. Until then, share what you found in the quiet. Let the circle close and walk gently.